Good morning. I'm going to be working on my Seiju Chinese elm this morning. I haven't pruned it at all this growing season, besides two big branches that I cut off when I potted it. It's grown really well, and it's actually going through water quickly in this heat. I have to water it 2 times a day, or else it dries out. So it's ready for being worked on. I've been really impressed with how much it's grown. And I'm really loving it. I love the small leaves. So I'm gonna cut it down quite a bit. Alright, so here I go. So my inspiration for this tree are the elms around my neighborhood. And when I first saw it, well, first of all, I noticed the trunk and the fairly nice nabari. But it just reminded me of the elms around my neighborhood, and I'm not going to try and manipulate this to be something it's not. I'm going to just grow it like an elm tree. And I'll show some footage. I'll walk over to the park. It's right by my house, just a block away. We have this park with all these huge mature trees that are decades decades old. And so that's what I'm going for with this tree. So what I'm going to do now is just prune this down quite a bit. And there are a few branches where I know I have 3 coming for 1 that I've been looking at. And again, last night and just this week, I've been studying this tree and studying, so I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to do. So that a part where there's 3 branches coming from 1 spot, going to get rid of that. And then I'm going to just start shortening. And you can see here where I took off a big branch right here. And just all the shoots that came from that. I need to take care of this actually, or else I'm going to get reverse taper. Actually, I already have reverse taper, but I need to do something about that. So I'm just going to jump right in, and I know I'm going to cut it down somewhere around here. So big cuts. And I don't know how much is this year's growth, but I think it's at least this much. I don't know, maybe even more. It's grown quite a bit, and actually now I have footage. So I'll have to go back to maybe my first video, and I'll see how it's different from how much it's grown with that video. Start pruning that back. So I'll take off here. So I'm really going to cut off, I think, at least half, maybe more, of this tree. And it's funny, even though I've planned this, maybe I am a little pruning shy. Even though I've planned this and been knowing I'm going to be doing it, even making these big cuts still, I don't know if it makes me nervous. I just, once you cut, you can't put it back. However, things do grow back. So, but to grow this is at least 2 years worth of growth, maybe more. So it's not a trivial thing, really. But I mean, I knew I didn't want it as big as it was. It was a beautiful tree, but not really a bonsai, and I want to make it a bonsai. I actually saw one of these in a landscape yesterday running. First I've seen just planted in somebody's yard, or maybe I just haven't been looking. But I stopped and it looked like almost the very same variety of elm, looked almost identical to this one. So I know I could take it down even more, and I think I will. And then just so I can see better what big branches I want to take off, I'm going to just start pruning off some of these smaller shoots as well. Maybe I'll make a different pile for them. Actually, I'll put some of these cuttings in water. I can't just, I mean, I could maybe root that, but I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces before I try and root it. It's been really hot here. We've had multiple days, highs around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. We also have fires nearby, so we're all ready to smoke season in the western United States. It smelled like smoke yesterday. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna keep pruning off some of these extensions. And I've already said before, but really impressed with this cultivar. It's like a dwarf, but it grows and grows. So really love it. Love this tree. Hence why I want to propagate it. But I can see inverse taper being a constant challenge with this cultivar, and maybe that's true of all elms. I'm honestly pretty new to elms. Just you get all this growth exploding from a single point, and when that happens, like is happening right here, if you're not on it, you'll get these bulges. I'm not too concerned about that. It's like the nature of the tree, so. You can do what you can to control it, but if I have a little inverse taper here, that's fine. Maybe actually I'll take off a bunch of these shoots in this area of potential inverse taper. Maybe actually, I'm going to clean up that bulge. I'm just going to make a scar here. And I didn't get out my cut paste, but I think I'll probably just some of the bigger branches I'll cover with cut paste. Alright, now this big branch I haven't touched, and I think I want to. And here's another spot with 3 coming out. And I remember now I did want to take one of those off. There we go. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and cut it here. Maybe I'll start small. That's kind of getting to where I had planned. I'll keep extending it, keep cutting some of these shoots. Yeah, the bark is neat too. It's in places it's kind of getting a little bit of that rough bark look, and I think it's going to continue to get better with age. It definitely looks more like a bonsai, a little bare. But this pruning will stimulate all sorts of back budding, I hope. I actually wonder about doing it in the heat, but it has been growing. It started flushing out again, so I'm hoping it'll continue to do that. But if not, we do have still quite a bit of the growing season left. Although frankly, it's quite short here. Get rid of some of this growing in. And as always, admittedly, I can't do everything on camera, so I'll probably look at this again off camera and touch it up a little bit. But I think that's about where I want to leave it.